Hey, good day. Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Yellow Vest movement, bigger than a lot of the media is portraying for many, many reasons. And these reasons are all connected with one another. And this guy touches on this in the last part of this. But to have a real voice and representation in our government, in our nationality, in the policies that are going on, where the taxes are going, shots, UFOs, all these issues, any issue you can get representation, taxation, uh, military, decisions on how the money is spent, budgets, all these things, anything you can think of government related, we need to have a part of and representation in.
That's it. We bring forth an issue, we gather people. All right, let's vote on this. What do we do? And then let's implement it. Plain and simple. You start taking the power away. And through that process, yes, we're going to expose a lot of the manipulation, a lot of the deep state, a lot of the shadow government. All that stuff's going to be exposed in due time. And it's happening already. But it's going to come with this. But this will not come into place if we don't shift our consciousness out of the mode of I give up all my power. And instead, we got to start saying, hey, I'm taking my power. I'm recognizing.
Not only taking your power, but you need to take your responsibility for where the tax dollars are spent and used, but also your representation as far as what do we want government to do to help humanity move forward and to take away power from the deep state, from the elites, from the manipulative corporations, uh, from the investments vehicles, from the military, from the deep state, etc. All this is coming out, and we need to have not only a voice and a representation, but a responsibility and an ownership of what is going on with our tax monies and our governmental powers and our own personal powers, and how they should be in partnership and not in conflicting venues.
What I have, what I am, who we are. And we're going to come together in unity. And France is showing us that. France is giving us that opportunity. They're being a mirror to say, hey, you know what? This is what it could look like. This is what could happen. Sometimes it takes a little bit of chaos. I'm not saying every country needs to go into chaos, burning fucking cars on fire all over. No one's saying that, right? Don't get caught up in that. What I'm saying is we need to show, right? The way Roman explained it to me is everyone put on yellow vests so they could recognize each other, so people could see, they could understand, oh, okay, hold on a second. There's a lot of us who see this. We're all wearing yellow. We see how many of us feel this way. That's step one. That's a great step, right? For me, I always talk about it as we break the illusion, right? Step one is always breaking the illusion. Breaking the illusion that you think the world is a specific way when it's actually not, right? That's step one. Then we start to awaken and realize, okay, there's something we got to do here. And we start moving through and taking our power back. And that's what the referendum initiated by the citizen is really all about. It's about saying, let's re-talk about taxes here. Let's start talking a little bit about this eco-tax and this little thing over here and all these different things. And here's the difference. This is my addition to it all. The media, who's going to inform the public about this, every single issue is live streamed. Every single issue is independent media and mainstream media are invited, right? Which is fine because people still watch mainstream media and whatever. But everything is live streamed, meaning there's no editing. Mainstream media can't cut things up and make it into a story that they want, which is not even the truth, right? Everything's available. And we talk about that as an issue to inform the entire public. Okay, so we're going to start making decisions as a citizen, as a group. But not only that, you're not manipulating the media anymore. It's not happening anymore. Done. Finished. Now you're going to listen to everybody. We're going to see what happens. All right? So these are the solutions. I mean, people say all the time, there's no solutions. Oh, what do we do if we don't vote? Right? And what did I say? I said back in the day, even as of a few weeks ago, I said, don't vote. Watch what happens when all of a sudden 5% of people don't vote. That's a bigger story. 5% of people show up at a vote for a presidential election, prime minister election, whatever you want to say. That's a huge story. How do I know that? Look what's happening in France. 6%, 6.5 million people, 10% of the population is in the streets right now. 10% of the population is in the streets. It is a national, global, worldwide story that is starting probably some of the most important conversations that humanity has had in a very, 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 very long time. It touches issues of GMOs, vaccines, health, everything, all of it. Sometimes people ask me, what's your favorite issue that you guys cover? All of it, because it's all interconnected. All of it's interconnected. All of it's part of it. Consciousness, health, UFOs. You know, when I say UFOs, I mean just like extraterrestrial contact. You know, vaccines, anything, you name it. Spirituality, it's all part of it. It's all the same thing. It's all life. There's no separation. It's all the same thing. All right? So that's what this is about.
The biggest issues, besides representation and all these other issues, is really the issue of responsibility. Taking responsibility to not only be involved, but be held accountable for the decisions and policies that are made and the consequences of those decisions. If we want different consequences, we have to own them. We have to own those decisions and those processes that go to those decisions, and not have those decisions controlled in the hands of just a few elite governing positions. That is not representation. That is not representative of the people's will. It is total mobocracy, really. It's elite rule only. There's no representation. Anyhow, we're going to end it here. Listen a little more of this guy and close this off.
About. That's what we got to start doing. That's what we got to start looking at, is empowering this movement of pushing for, I as a citizen need to have a voice. And I don't care if you think that there's 10,000 people over here that, won't know how to do that. That doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. It's about what you want. It's about what you feel in your heart. Because if you decide, you open the door for other people to decide. But if you keep putting it off and not wanting to take responsibility, anybody who says and deflects and says, but these people over here wouldn't do it, you're deflecting. All you're saying is, I don't want to take responsibility. I don't want to take ownership. I don't want to put my foot in. I don't want to commit to change. It's about you. It's always about you. I.e., it's about us. It's about ourselves, individuals. Change starts within. The moment you decide, you open the door for others to decide. That's plain and simple. That's what this is about.
And not that deciding individual responsibility and accountability, but that starts with the individual, starts with the home, starts with the cities, communities, and it works out from there. And it works to state and federal representation, and not only election, but accountability for those individuals to truly be responsible for their constituency, and educate them on what's going on and what their role and responsibility is in that constituency, and how they're going to help represent that role and bring those processes together and have the results that are desired by the general populace, not twisted or cut or ignored or deleted or edited by the ruling class, the elected officials. That's not representation. That is control and domination by a select few who could care less what the majority of their constituency wants. They don't even represent that constituency, let alone desire to know what they want or do. They care less, and that needs to stop. And again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. This Yellow Vest movement is massive in France, but it is also spreading to Taiwan and other countries, and hopefully it will fill the whole earth in time and bring about the changes that need to be done. And it's Roger Martin of Billings, Montana.